Hey, my Icelandic Viking. Are you ready to go to the flea market with me? How do I look?
Stunning. Yes.
Yeah.
You look very nice.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
So that's your reaction. Okay.
Look nice. Ready?
That's fine. I mean, I don't want to be a nagging girlfriend. And now that I've stopped partnering you, I feel like I need to feel desired. That's what I need.
You look nice. Very pretty.
Fine. I'm just going to wear my spiked shoes out in the snow and this leather dress because everyone wears that to a flea market. Did I also mention my zebra coat?
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day fiancé. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's reality, yes, let's love.
Yeah.
She looked ridiculous. She knows it. Even she knows it.
I feel like Corona has like she has the desperation of needing validation. It's like on the same level as Darcy, but then she's combined with somebody else from 90 Day, and I don't know who that is.
It's Tania.
Oh, it's Tania.
It's Tania energy.
It's Tanya.
People have called it. It's major Tania energy.
But imagine Tania, but there is this Darcy level. Yeah. Like when he said something, she just went, because Tania would have immediately fired back, but she just kind of took it in like Darcy went. Like when Darcy looks like she gets hit in the football with the face.
Oh, okay, that hurt. Well, but Corona is showing that she's much more angry, but she's got Tania's passive aggressiveness.
Oh,
yeah, she's just, this whole scene was a way not to act in a relationship.
Or a scene on you don't know each other at all.
That's the truth.
They really don't. But that's why we're here, y'all, because that's 90 Day Fiancé the other way.
Also, a reminder to maybe not get in a relationship when you haven't figured all your own shit out or moved to Iceland.
Maybe.
Because she's got a lot to figure out still.
A lot.
Anyway, this is Toe. This is motherfucking Toe.
Season 6, episode
8. We're twinning. Much Ado About Everything. That could be the whole title of the entire 90 Day franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Much Ado About Everything.
We are still remote, but Goat. I am in Provincetown. Poodle's in Los Angeles.
The gay asshole.
It really is a very gay town. I didn't in a different way than like West Hollywood or something like. And I've never been to Wilton Manors, but
I haven't either.
It's very nice. I went to my first underwear party.
Oh, you can tell that story?
I'd never been to one before. There's not really that much of a story. The only thing I wanted to say, It was nice. It's kind of like a part of me goes like, this is stupid. I'm a 45-year-old adult just dancing in my underwear.
That's what I'd say. Yeah.
But you know what? But it was actually really freeing. Like everybody's in their underwear, and especially in Provincetown, it's not West Hollywood. It's a very body positive town. So everybody's just like, do whatever you want. And there were mainly gay men, but also like some queer women as well. And it was just a really fun time, except for I didn't, there was a dark room, and there was people just fucking in a dark room on a pool table.
Of course.
And several of the people in my party went back and they enjoyed they enjoyed the fruits of the dark room. And I just was like, my brother called me in voicemail or on speaker phone later on when I came. I'm an hour ahead, so I came home that night, and because after a while, underwear or not, the music's thumping, it's hot, it's loud. I get a little bit of anxiety, and I
no, it's too much. I have to dip out after like an hour.
Yeah, I did about an hour, and then I dip out, and then I'm back home, and while everybody else is dancing and fucking in a dark room, which
did you wear
fine.
like a nightie, like a negligee?
Okay, well, I did surprise my friends. I totally got them. It's an adult onesie, so it like covered up the top of me and buttoned under my crotch like a baby onesie. And when we first took off our clothes, I was wearing that, and they looked at me. I did it solely for a bit, and they thought that's what I was actually wearing to the underwear party, and that I was into some kind of like baby play. And
oh, that's disturbing.
It was so good. And then I just wore little briefs, but I'm not going to wear a jock strap. I don't want to give the goods away yet. But
I think they're fine. I think what's weird? I just don't think there's anything. I don't find it freeing, and I don't find it sexy. I don't know.
It wasn't a sexy thing to me. It was like a freeing thing, but not a sexy thing to me at all. But I was telling my brother about this, and I was on speakerphone, and he and his wife were in bed. And I said, I just can't believe they were fucking in a dark room. And then my brother called me back, and he said, my wife was silent during that conversation. She was kind of sleeping, and she just rolled over, opened her eyes, and looked at me. She said, it's an underwear party. What the fuck did he think was going to happen?
That's what I would tell you. That's why I think the intention is for it to be sexy. That's why people go.
I didn't get it.
Well, you can have whatever feelings you want about it, but usually that is where an underwear party leads because of easy access, and you can see how people look without their clothes. So it's only a couple more steps to in flagrante delicto. See how that works?
I ended up having a conversation with this nice poly couple from Connecticut that were in town. Turns out they have two Westies at home, just like my mom does. And
I don't think you should have talked about their dogs. That's not the first thing you talk about at an underwear. You're hopeless. You're supposed to have one sentence conversations with strangers, and then you move into the dark room. That's what you do. You're doing underwear parties wrong.
I think I am. Y'all, I think I am.
That's why I don't really like them, because like you have to have those conversations.
But do you not like I thought you like having sex in a dark room, or do you not?
It's not for me. No.
Oh, it's not for you.
No.
You want all eyes on you.
Yeah, I think in my 20s I would have gone for that. It's also I don't think I like situations where everyone's been vetted.
I get that.
Yeah, because also I have a sixth sense about VD. It's why I haven't. And it's hard to do that when you're in a room full of people who you don't really know. So because that's the problem. Whenever I've picked up something, it's because the people who I was around weren't consistently vetted, and they didn't go through my like force field of venereal disease.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Again, I'm not knocking it. have fun. Again, I enjoyed the underwear part, and I met nice people. So,
well, that's good.
We'll see.
That's what you like it. I just don't know about bringing up a poly couple's Westies. Was your first? Yeah,
they're really sweet. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to Connecticut, fall in love with the Westies, and be their third in a poly relationship. It could happen.
Was it that kind of discussion?
They live in a renovated barn.
Of course they do.
Which goes with a lot of. So that means they've got that Connecticut money. Sure. Won't get left to me though. Get left to the dogs.
Yep.
Always happens that way.
Announcements.
YouTube Live.
Our YouTube Live is this Sunday for a full hour at 4 p.m.
I will be. If I've only been in Provincetown for 48 hours now, so I've still got a week here. A lot of things can happen. So I'm going to be saving those stories for any under the skirt for that YouTube Live. You're going to get it first, or maybe only.
Under the skirt, which is where people are putting their hands in Provincetown.
Yes. Yeah.
Go the Dick Doc.
The Dick Doc, yes. I haven't been. One of the friends of my party went last night. He said, it was fun. It's just, I already said this on Plathville. I like a bed or a chaise.
Well, a lot of it is going kind of the back to the roots of gay culture, where public sex, like kind of like under the veil of darkness, cruising. And I think that's great. I don't really love it, to be honest.
I'm really in this demisexual vibe.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really into that. So just hooking up with strangers right now isn't interesting to me right now.
Probably sounds going to be interesting then. You prefer Instacart delivery.
You know what it is? But I do like how people are talkative and flirty and fun. I've flirted with a lot of guys and they flirt with me back. That's fun.
That's good. As long as you enjoy it.
Hey, I don't mind if somebody walks by me and says, God, you got a great ass. And I said, thank you.
That's good. That's nice and flirty. Anyway.
Imagine if somebody said that to you and you just turned around and said, let me see your dick.
No, I would say, what are you going to do about it? That's the thing. That's the next step. You don't say thank you. You say, and? Is that all you're going to say?
Oh boy.
You gotta take step 2. And then they take step 3 or they run away.
That's true. True.
Y'all, Love is Blind UK. This is airing on Thursday at midnight. We will be dropping our final episodes 10 and 11. The show drops 10 and 11 on Wednesday at midnight. It's been a ride. I gotta say, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some really great meme content out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
we haven't put it on TikTok because they're going to take us off.
I'm still worried we're going to get booted again.
I'm still trying to parse my words right now because we recorded something earlier today and then we had a break. And during the break, I've watched the last 2 episodes of Love is Blind UK.
Stop!
I know what happens, and you don't.
That's true. I don't know. Then let's move on so you don't fucking... Is it satisfying? Am I going to be angry? Don't say it. Don't say anything.
I will. Yes, I think it is. I think it is satisfying, and there are some surprises.
Wow. You're really giving a lot away there.
All I can say, because I'm scared to death that Netflix will come find me in Provincetown and just bury me in the ocean.
Yeah, I don't think they care that much, but maybe they do. But we've agreed. But they have given us screeners, and I am a man of my word.
I will say this: you won't be. It's not a bait and switch finale that you hate, like the one season.
Oh, thank God! Thank God!
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
Like that fucking season 2.
I know. It's not a wackadoo
Where
season 2.
Everything happened off camera.
Yes, it is not that. No.
And we still don't know what happened.
No, but there's some last minute surprises in which some couples I thought they were just fine, and then a last minute surprise happened, and then I'm like, oh God, maybe this isn't going to work. And then so it was good.
I can't wait to watch. Selling Sunset season 8. We have somehow walked through enough houses that aren't theirs and that we're never going to sell to talk about conversations that we've just had about other people for 8 seasons. I still can't get enough. This season, it covers Chelsea's divorce. There are 11 episodes. I have scheduled them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there are 11 episodes.
It's going to be a fun next 2 weeks. By fun, I mean we're going to be tired.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I enjoy this show. It is candy.
It's candy. That's a good word for it.
I will tell you, y'all, Selling Sunset is one of those shows. If you're like, no, I can't get into that. I don't like houses. The houses are the most negligible part of it. If you do like houses, it's even better. It is the way it's done. If you ever liked The Hills, it's the same person, Adam DeBello. It is like a fake reality show, but in the best possible way. And it's so wonderful. It's a great show.
It's great. I love house shows, but I like reno shows. I don't like these real estate, like $1 million listing stuff. They're okay. I'm not really into all that.
It only works for the personalities.
I want people to know it's not that type. Yeah. Like you said, it's not that type of show.
No, it's the houses are like the most. As soon as they get in, they're like, Chriselle, thanks for coming to my listing. Thanks, Emma. Oh my God. Do you remember what Mary said to me at the dog's birthday party?
The dog's birthday party.
One of the dogs, trigger warning, one of the dogs passes away this season. So
yeah, it's going to be.
I thought they would live forever.
Anyway, anything else?
Someone just said, "Oh, I can't watch it."
Well, that's true. It is.
Anything else? I don't know. I'm gonna do a Big Brother corner because y'all, the show is fucking lit this season. Holy God, it's the best season in like 5 years, easily.
That's wonderful. I'm sad you weren't. Sorry, make sure my phone's off. I'm sad you're not.
Very happy I wasn't on this season. I'm very happy I wasn't on this season. It is just chaos. Yeah, but anybody gameplay kind of started this week. I'll say more, but because you haven't been able to play gameplay because there's been so much fucking chaos. Also, it wouldn't have been a great cast for me to be in there with. It just wouldn't have been because they wouldn't have put 2 gay guys in there. They would have put Chemo in there before me.
Well,
yeah, because you know what? There's only going to be one other gay guy.
I'll
murder them.
I was going to say they should do a season for you. I hope they do put 2 gay guys because that'll be good TV. Like you, and then like a young pretty one.
Oh no! I will tear them apart with my teeth. We'll meet everybody, and the first thing it'll go, and I'll run toward them and just like launch my teeth on their face, their pretty little face. They're like, we've never had a contestant actually attack another contestant without knowing them before. I'm like, I know, I heard his fucking gay lispy voice. I had to make sure there was only one, like Highlander. Wow, it can be only one. I'm going to be the one to be everyone's gay best friend and then turn on them.
Okay, well, you better apply next season.
I know. All right, should we just jump in?
Let's do it.
Oh, God.
James and Tata.
We are mid feet kissing. Mid feet kissing. A lot of our they explained it in the show, but a lot of people were very confused at what happened in this last section. James among them. And she's asking for forgiveness from her mother. And James says, I know I'm adding to her stress. And the mom says, it's okay. I already forgive you. You will always be my responsibility. And I'm like, it's a very mother poodle thing to say.
It is. I also want to ask, because we have some sissies that were like, who feel, and I'm saying this is an interesting topic to me. So I'm not trying to discount any viewpoints here. Some sissies brought up how Tata acts like she has PTSD or has been through a lot of trauma and things like. We don't know that. We don't know about her.
That's
her
never
story.
been covered.
But somebody said when they watch this, it feels like this is the way she cries and everything, that she has, that they feel sorry for her, that maybe she's been in an abusive situation or what it's like being with her parents. I don't know if we have enough information for that. And also, this feels like this is very cultural.
I think it's shame. And I think she is feeling like I also think that Tata is very dramatic. And she's going to do this
so
at
is
any
James,
time
actually, in his own way.
Yep. They're both dramatic. And she says, in our culture, I have to say sorry because heaven is under your mother's feet. I have a friend. I remembered she's originally from Jakarta. And I just sent her a message and I said, have you ever kissed your mother's feet? And she's like, no, but there is a saying, heaven is under your mother's feet. And she's like, but it was kind of like suggested it's very a provincial culture. Or she said, I've also seen it done at weddings, sometimes with part of the ceremony. She's like, but I've never seen anyone actually kiss their mother's feet and ask for forgiveness. So,
and so maybe maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe it's cultural, and maybe her parents are very oppressive. We don't know. We don't know if her parents are.
Here's the thing:
her or not.
I don't know if I would go that far. I think the parents are. She is the youngest, and I think she's their little baby. And every time she's gotten into a jam, which has probably happened a lot, she's saved them. Because this feels like a repeat of that. I caution people to read into anything. Maybe we will find something out, but until we do, I don't know. I'd be wary. I'd be wary about that.
She does have extreme reactions, and that is a sign of trauma often. So, but I don't know. I want to know more. I feel like this couple, more than even Statler and Dempsey, and Statler likes to air laundry all over online shit. So Dempsey probably does too, which is fine. But I feel like this couple are the ones that, if they stay together, shit's gonna go off, and I can see them like both going the way, not as Looney Tunes, but the way of Paul and Carini, of just chaos.
Yeah. Brandan and Mary.
Yes.
It's to the point of, but remember though, even when she was in America, she was having those crying fits.
Yes. No. Yeah. And
so I feel like that's her. I feel like she's a dramatic princess. And she's really got a mean side. And she's, anyway, so the father says, or she says, she apologizes. She also says, and if you're married, heaven is also under your husband's seat, so you need to apologize to him as well. I think she's also kind of stuck between traditions. She doesn't want to have to do like this, but she's trying to be a dutiful daughter, which I guarantee you the parents have guilted her about.
Oh,
because she moved away. And so I think she feels a lot of shame and guilt. And I think that's what was coming out there. But so the dad says, he's like, James, like, she said, I'm not the best wife, but I'm trying. And of course, James says, you're perfect to me. And I want to like fucking blind him. Good. Every time he talks to her, like, oh my God, baby, you're so wonderful. I just want to like dislocate his shoulder. So dad says, well, look, I'm older and wiser than her, and all this is my responsibility. So I'm going to fix this with prayer and other things.
Which means money.
Other things are lots and lots of money that you've sold because prayer ain't gonna pay a car loan.
No, it's almost like they're trying to let the kids know, hey, we're going to be fine and take care of you, but we don't want to actually talk about the specifics of money and say it.
Yep.
It feels all this weird subtext.
Do you like it when the parents said, they're like, we're going to pay for the debt. Enjoy your life. Stay healthy so you'll have healthy children. That's how you can pay us back.
That's how you can pay them back.
And the idea, and later on, James doesn't understand any of this. And at one point, he's like, I don't understand the fact that my father-in-law is praying over me and patting me and telling me it's going to be okay. And y'all, that's the feeling. If you imagine me meeting a relative I haven't met in a while, an older female relative, and they're doing that to me. James had the same face that I would.
Yeah.
When like a great aunt, like, I haven't seen you in so long. And I'm just like, I don't know this person. I don't know. I'm just being patted and someone's praying over me.
How are you, Jay Bird?
Yes. It would just be blah, blah. I know your mama when so. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know you.
We worry about you so much being out there in Hollyweird.
In that soulless state.
In the devil city.
Yeah. So they go back to their room and
I want to say James says right before they go home, he said, I've been here for 48 hours and I'm already at my breaking point. Is this insane? I went, yes, it is. Yeah. This is toe.
You are ridiculous. This is toe. This is motherfucking toe. And I can't get enough.
I can't either. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Just say that
this is an appalling season in the best of all possible ways.
And we find out that her apology means shit.
Yeah.
She didn't care at all.
This is the issue. This is how she pacified her parents. By this is it. Y'all, she had a breakdown, and then her parents would have sympathy for her and fix the problem. And spoiler, then they would hold her to a ridiculously high standard. Then she would break down again. And it's a great little loop for her to be in. And now she's dragging James in there. He doesn't understand. And so he's trying to get her to, he's like, I still don't know why you started crying, because she's like, it's because I was trying to translate to you and talk to mom and dad and you were pushing me. And she was like, you were saying you talk to them. You lead the conversation. That's how you talk to me.
And she said, you were yelling at me. If you look back at the thing, he was not yelling at her at all.
She's going to think that about anything because she's the most sensitive person alive.
Yes.
And anyway, Tata's like, it's about you not giving me a break. And she's like, well, we're going to have to have that conversation again because we didn't make any progress on the plan. What plan? What? You didn't have a plan. You don't have a plan because Tata said, no, they said they were going to help us pay for the car. Operation successful.
Successful, yes.
And James
like, but
you know,
I
my
don't want
thoughts on
that.
What? And I wrote down, what choice do you have? Are you going to wake up one day and shit money? Just shit out gold coins?
Is one reason she's so angry at him is because she's so angry that he hasn't learned any fucking bit of Indonesian in the last 5 years?
It's that and his stupid pride. And she's not pragmatic, but she's more pragmatic than he is. Because he's living in a dream world. He just wants to go take photographs and get more tattoos in Bali.
I bet you he is someone that gets so easily overwhelmed. Maybe it's ADHD. I don't know if it's that. It just seems like he just can't. He can do one thing at a time. And if you say, "Oh, James, hey, the plan changed. We're not going to go now till 8." Well, and he's one of those people that freaks out.
He basically hasn't planned out. He's basically thinking, "I need money to pay for the car loan, but I can't work. So maybe I could get more money working at the banana chips. Maybe I can sell them for more." And that's already not going to work. And the thing is, he's like, maybe her father could pay me something to work. I'm like, nope. Your paycheck is the bed you sleep in at night. Your paycheck is the food you eat, bro. Your paycheck is the fact your father is paying for your air conditioning. Your paycheck is just going to kick you out on your fucking ass.
Well, and, yeah,
So
and
shut up.
And your paycheck is you're stuck in this life for the rest of your life.
Exactly. With your weeping, moaning myrtle of a wife. And yeah, that's a long, dark hallway. Imagine being stuck with Tata or even James.
I don't want to say it about everyone. I really don't. Granted, reality TV lends itself more, but I do think we have another narcissist on our hands with Tata.
Oh yeah, yeah. So y'all,
and he's
they're
so
still
fucking
fighting.
codependent.
They're still fighting, and then she, at one point, this is when I just cackled. She's like, "You were pushing me." He's like, "I didn't." He said, "I didn't," and he's shooting. "You did," and he's like, "I'm sorry if you feel that way." Y'all, if you ever do that in front of me, I will almost choke you. You've said that to me a couple of times, and you have seen the reaction it got. You turned to ashes.
I didn't turn to ashes. It's worth saying it to you just to watch you get that pissed off.
It is not good to say that to anyone.
No,
trust me.
Say that. No.
And then she goes, and she's like, she's like, "You fucking did that." And he goes, "Well, conversation's over since you're swearing and I don't want to talk to you anymore."
When he said that,
I would have gotten across the room and just shoved him through the wall.
Well, and she says like, "Oh, I don't want to sleep here. I don't know if I should sleep here." And he said, what do you think about abandoning your husband in another country? Is that a good idea?
What a drama queen.
So
you're in a hotel.
That is the deal. She's so dramatic, but he is so fucking passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's awful. They're both just as awful in other ways.
I don't know who I would prefer being with. This would be a tough choice.
Yeah.
It'd be the whirlpool or the monster in the Odyssey. Scylla or Charybdis. You're gonna die either way. So he's like, the most important thing is growing our love and fostering it. And again, I want to slap that lesbian ant look off your face. And
everything I do is because of you. Let me guilt you. Again, maybe both narcissistic, but he said, I do it all for you. But I'll do better. I will. But it's all for you, Tata.
Anyway, she apologizes finally. He says he'll do better. He's already wanting to move back to the U.S. They've been there 3 days.
I actually think if she stays there, he will leave her.
I agree with you.
He will go back to the U.S. have to go back for some reason
because of his
and
pride.
He won't come back.
But he'll want to keep working on their relationship because he can't have another failure.
And then in 6 months, he's going to get a new girlfriend and a new dog and not even think about her because he jumps from relationship to relationship. And it's probably going to be the exact same dog. And he'll name it the same name, kind of like my aunt or my aunt's friend that had two girls named
Jojo.
Summer 1 and then Summer 2.
You're going to need to tell that story one time. We don't have time today.
I thought I did tell you that story.
I've never heard the story of Summer 1 and Summer 2.
Oh, it's a ballad. That's for sure.
Not all like right. The double Ernest fight.
No.
So no, I want to say, I want to say their storyline. This is peak Toe.
It is.
You could not have found two people better for Toe.
True.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I know somebody who's a close second, and that is Joanne and Sean.
Let's move on to the last opera that Puccini wrote. The Unfortunate Engagement in Italian.
Engagement, it's already a marriage.
That's true. Il matrimonio segreto. The secret marriage.
Mm-hmm, the secret marriage. Oh, y'all. We meet a new character in this episode.
Donna.
We meet two. Donna.
And Marilyn. Aunt Marilyn.
And Marilyn, her sister.
Marilyn is, we're cat sitting, and she's there. Hey, boys, I'm here.
She opens the door the way our aunts would and just calls out.
So they're telling her about, first of all, the cat's got a long list of things. I'm sure every cat owner's like this. It's like, only one thing of wet food. He's going to want more. 2 treats in the morning. Then you got to put this stuff on your finger. And the mom's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
The sister doesn't help because she's like, Donna, this is a lot for you to remember. You think you can do all this? It's a lot. And I'm like, you raise children. This is a cat.
Anyway.
They're the easiest thing.
And so we find out, she's like, you know why I'm not going to Ireland? I'm your mother. He should have come to see your mother. I don't care how old you are.
That is telling that the reason she's not going because she feels disrespected.
Yep. And she's like, who are you, Queen Elizabeth? Oh, yo, this is gonna flame the fuck out. It was definitely they showed up in episode 6. It's gonna flame out. I can't.
But they're already married, so it's already gonna be a.
I know. I think it's just. I think when they spend more time together, because they even have spent that much time together, I just don't think they're going to realize they're not. Maybe the kids will have a problem. Joey, and Jesse. And what's the other one? Jesse. Joey and Jesse.
Joey and Jesse.
So,
I'm Joanne.
The mother has a lot of questions. And you know what? I'd like to keep going on to Scott, but I think this probably should be done in the form of a reality gaze toe theater.
All right.
That's a theater.
I should have lent you my Jasmine wig.
Yes. I'll be playing the role of Donna.
Donna, yes.
Matriarch of the clan. And I think will you play Joanne and maybe
a little bit of Marilyn.
A little bit of Marilyn.
Marilyn, yeah. All right.
So here we go. Anyway, Mom, I'll be here. And action. So I got a lot of questions about Sean.
Yeah.
What are his intentions with you?
What do you mean? I think his intentions
You've been very private.
Well, Mom, it's just, I don't like to talk about it too much, just a little bit, but his intentions are great.
Where are we going, Joanne? Where are we going? You going to keep going like this? You're going to bring my grandsons to meet him, blah, blah, blah. Tell me what's happening.
Joe, your mother's been worried. Your mother's been worried, Joe. This has been on her mind. She's talked about it constantly.
Marilyn, thank you.
All right. Mom, I just,
where are we going? So, tell me, what's up? Tell me. You got something to tell me? You got something to tell me?
We're married. Surprise.
No. Did you know this? Did you know this, Marilyn?
I did not know. I did not know.
When?
You think your sister would keep a marriage from you?
When?
Well, just a little bit ago, Ma. Just like
marry someone you don't know. How long?
We've been married 2 years. 2 years,
2
Ma.
years?
2 years.
Who marries somebody you don't know?
Well, we do know each other, Ma. I mean, look,
How do you not tell your mother you're married?
Sean's a good guy, Mom.
I'm your mother, Joanne.
Yeah. How could you do this to her, Ma? You can elope. Some people elope.
I gotta do my hands like this.
Yeah. Your cousin Jerry did that. He eloped with Sylvia, and they told us a week after. We get it. It happens.
Yeah, her
mother was horrible. I understand.
People elope and people come back and tell them they're married. And Sean not reaching out. The disrespect. Fangul.
Ma, don't say Fangul. You know what happens when it stresses me out, Mom. I worry about your heart, Ma. I worry about your heart. We got married 2 years ago, and I never thought to tell you. I was just busy. I love him, Ma. I love him. He loves me. We just kind of went with it. I don't know.
You love him, Loretta? I mean, Joanne.
I do, Mom. I do love him. And, the universe, the spirits tell me, they're guiding me. All the cards say it was great, Mom.
Yeah, the spirits are telling me a lot. I got to tell you, his mother should know and your mother should know. I'm your mother, for God's sakes.
It really is. Look how hurt she is, Joanne. Look, you're tearing her up.
I'm not just
inside.
anybody.
Look at her.
I
The
had taken
pain.
care of you through anything.
I know,
You could have
Mom.
told people.
I
and
know,
we wish
Mom.
you could have
You
told
got my
people,
back,
and we
Mom. I know.
would have wished you good luck. Not that
I
I
know.
would have, because I would have said, "Jackass, I don't even know the fucking guy."
I know, but
Here's the
please,
thing,
Mom.
Joanne. You married a total stranger. A total stranger.
Yeah, but Mom, it's gonna be great.
Stranger.
And I'm gonna go over there with the boys, and I'm gonna have that life I've always wanted, Ma. I
Do
see
your
it.
sons know? Do your sons know?
No, they don't know, and you're not gonna
Oh,
tell them.
God.
Don't tell
Does-
them, Donna.
Does your
Donna, you
sister
know
know?
how. No, she doesn't know either. You can't tell. Your sister doesn't know.
I had your back until your last breath because I'm your mother.
I know,
I'm
Mom.
your mother. I was with you through it all.
I know, Mom. Don't talk about the aneurysm, Mom. Don't talk
Oh,
about
God.
it.
Yeah. The
Oh,
amount of time
God.
I suffered.
Oh, you
Are you
beat
going to move to
cancer with
Ireland?
me. Yes,
Because I need to know that.
Well, that's the plan. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'll be gone for a month, and then I'll come back for 2 weeks. A month.
So you're going to take the boys?
You really
Oh.
want? You're just going to be gone a month, and then 2 weeks. That's not enough. That's not enough.
Here's the thing. Sean could be the sweetest person, or he could be a total psycho.
Yeah, that's why I love him, Ma. I don't know. Every day's a journey.
I don't know. Are you crazy? Are you crazy, Joanne?
But the boys don't meet him. If the boys don't like him in the meeting, then I'm not going to do it, Ma. I won't do it. My mother first. The mother first.
Yeah, I know that. You hungry?
I am.
That was the whole scene, by the way.
That was so.
And it really wasn't that embellished. She didn't say fangul,
No.
but almost everything else was a direct quotation from that scene.
Yes.
I
This
have to-
was.
I have to-
Oh,
This was wonderful. I have to say,
can Marilyn and
What?
Donna be on Pillow Talk?
I know. What kind of idiot says, we wanted to get married for just the two of us? We didn't want anyone else's opinions. You're Italian from Long Island.
That's not how it works, girl.
That's not how this works.
No.
That's not how any of this works.
No.
You said yourself, everyone knows everyone else's business. You have committed quite the sin, and you don't seem pretty broken up about it.
Remember how we said it felt like on Love is Blind UK, we kept saying, was Benaya on the wrong show?
Yeah.
This, I want to ask her, are you in the wrong family? Because even I can tell that immediately. This is the worst thing you could do to get your mother to like this guy.
This feels like this. It feels like they probably take pot shots at each other a lot, and it's just another. And it was just like something was wrong for 2 years.
I sensed
You used to
it.
tell
I
me
know you
everything,
did.
and then she went, "I just didn't tell you I was married." And Aunt Marilyn's like, "You can't say that. You can't say that to your mother."
You can't say that to your mother. This is your mother. Oh,
Oh, well done, producers.
it was great. Well done. That's
This
their
is what
segment.
when she said stranger, I about lost it too. It's a total stranger.
be-
Stranger.
To be honest, I thought she was going to be even more. She actually, it seems less crazy than I imagined Donna would be from the previews.
Yeah. It is very Olympia Dukakis and Moonstruck too. That's what I kept thinking the whole time.
Oh,
Anyway, is it time for a Big Brother corner?
sure.
Because we have 3 more to do, but they're not very long. Well, besides Corona, Ingi. It's Boodle's Big Brother corner.
All right,
Y'all,
hit it.
y'all. Big Brother is giving. Okay, the last time I told you, I think Angela had won HOH, but it's the deep fake HOH that Quinn has. And so he'll be making the nominations instead of Angela. And No one really knew how the power was going to work. So Quinn puts up Tucker, of course, his mortal enemy, MJ, and Cedric, young Cedric, tells him, I want to volunteer to go to the AI arena because we want someone who's more competitive to win. And so there's always this kind of sexism and misogyny that women can't win challenges. They don't even know what the challenge is. So Cedric is like, sure, I think I'm a good competitor. Meanwhile, he's won one HOH. That's it.
Oh.
Because he's a young guy who used to be in the Marines.
Hot.
Anyway, so, but guess, and he volunteered. Y'all, if you were like me, you're like, dumbass. His gameplay has not been good, but this was the stupidest move. You never volunteer to go on the block. Tucker's already done that because Tucker is pure chaos. Anyway, of course Tucker wins the veto because he does because he's a fucking comp beast, one of the best we've had. And it's like coming to like Janelle level comp beast. Anyway, and so Tucker uses the veto on himself, not like on Angela like he did last time. And of course, Quinn/Angela nominates Rubina, who is Tucker's flirtmance. Doesn't it sometimes feel like I'm just making up a language? If you don't know Big Brother,
sounds like you're describing one of your gay porns.
Exactly. Anyway, it's even better. I'm going to talk a lot about how Quinn's gameplay, the admitted Big Brother superfan, is awful. And Quinn made some of the worst moves. Quinn tells Tikor and Chemo, who have a pretty strong alliance, he had alliance with called the Visionaries, but like a final three, about the Pentagon, which is the 5-member alliance. This is so stupid. And he's like, I thought I would get them into my world and get them into my confidence. And I said, now they feel insignificant because they weren't allowed. Now they're going to. How is this changing? How is this going to help? So Tikor and Chemo start talking about maybe we vote out Cedric and take out a member of the Pentagon. Let's blow up the Pentagon. Actually, Chemo brings it up, and Tikor is not really convinced. And this is the problem. If they were on the same page, they would be unstoppable. Tikor has been really disappointing in this game. I thought she would be a lot stronger. She seems to go wishy-washy on everything, and you can't do that in Big Brother. And it's her main flaw. She won't go far in it, and she won't win because that's gonna hit back at her when it comes to jury because she's gonna be a waffler. Anyway, because she's been playing underneath the surface, but it's not good enough. Anyway,
that sounds like porn.
Yeah. They formed this alliance called the Tanks with Tucker, Chemo, and they get Joseph in there. And Angela's like, hey, can I be part of the alliance? I've never had anyone to do that before. I love it. Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, gameplay is starting. It's nuts. They're talking to Leah and MJ now about being on board to vote Cedric out. So they've got the votes. Chemo's whipping the votes. They think and he finally has to convince Tikor, who is like going soft again, and to blow up the Pentagon. Anyway, MJ wins in the AI arena. Now it is Cedric and Rubina officially. Tucker does not want Rubina to go. Cedric is a lot more dangerous than Rubina. Rubina's playing a really safe game. She's expendable. But MJ, so the voting starts to happen. MJ, Leah, Chemo, Tikor vote for Cedric, and so does Joseph out of nowhere because he sees Leah holding Chemo's hand and says, "Uh-oh, they're in it together." Cedric's out. Brooklyn's face looks like she's the evil queen from Snow White because she didn't see it coming. And now the Pentagon has been blown up, just like on September 11th.
That's the only thing that made sense was that last sentence to me.
And the whole thing is a failure of Quinn's game. This whole thing. Anyway, Sunday, the shit that went down after Cedric was evicted. This was insane. All the Pentagon members are freaked the fuck out. Brooklyn is pissed. And I wrote down, it's a failure of her game to have only been in one alliance. And she even said, I'm near the bottom. So I don't, and now it means she was too comfortable. And Quinn was in 3 different alliances, or he is. And so they're doing the wall competition, y'all. That is a classic. The wall.
What do they have to hang like pictures on a wall? And it goes,
no,
like,
come on, you've never seen this?
No, they have to decorate
wall. They have to. That's so gay. They hang on the wall and they try not to fall off.
Oh, and so it's like a mountain climbing wall. One of those things at a gymnasium where you climb up the wall.
Thank you for saying gymnasium, not gym. It's so weird. No one says gymnasium.
I do.
Anyway, so they, of course, Angela is the first out. She just kind of drops. And I got to say, the wall comp is an endurance comp. And sometimes the wall comp's gone on for like hour, 2 hours. It's crazy. This whole thing lasted 30 fucking minutes. And I don't know if they made it harder, but I was like, 31 minutes? That's as far as everyone else? So it's all down. They're all dropping off. It's left to Cam, Quinn, and Tucker, of course, the comp beast. And then Cam falls off, and it's Tucker and Quinn. And Tucker's saying, I won't put you up this week if you drop. And Tucker's laugh is like, I could do this for 45 more minutes. And Quinn is about to lose it. And Quinn does fall off. And Tucker wins fucking HOH. And Quinn is then talking about he's devastated. I don't like him. I never have. And Brooklyn says to Quinn, have your 5 minutes of grief because a fucking robot is coming, talking about Tucker, who's winning competitions. Anyway, so Tucker later tells Quinn, you're not my target. I'm going for bigger fish. And Tucker is asking about who the members of his alliance. And I guarantee you what's going to happen is Tucker's going to spring it on. Tucker's going to try to turn the alliance against Quinn because saying he gave him up. Anyway, and the nominations are Quinn, Cam, and Brooklyn, her being the target. And it's a good idea to get her out because she has a very good social game in the house.
Oh, Brooklyn Heights. She's a great competitor. You got to be careful.
Not Brooklyn Heights. She kind of has makeup. She wears her makeup very heavy. There's a great gif of Brooklyn staring at the people and like grinding pepper on her salad. I need to find it after she's been beaten. I got to say, none of this would have happened in all the ways that it's happening if people had not made really dumb errors. If Quinn would not have nominated certain people to be there, Quinn should have nominated Leah for sure. But if Cedric wouldn't have nominated himself to go into the AI arena, which is dumb. Anyway, but it's perfect. And then, it's so good, y'all. That's my Big Brother corner. More BB action next week.
Great. I don't know. That was a confusing one. But it sounds really interesting. All right. Speaking of going really fast, let's talk about Statler and Dempsey. Y'all, when Statler says this is lesbian times infinity, I went, you are fucking right. Because we expect this from 2 women, but this is a lot.
I assumed Dempsey had done her due diligence about looking at this van. The guy didn't even show them how to work anything. They just drove the van off.
Just drove the van. I think I would, because y'all, it looked bitterly cold. I think I would have learned how to use the heat.
When someone is showing you a complex, I think the guy should have shown this to them.
Yes.
And the fact also, did the van not come with a manual?
Maybe, or an app?
Was there a
something?
Manual?
Oh, God. That's pretty good.
Was there no manual on the premises?
I don't think there was a manual.
Because Or Google it.
It doesn't look that hard though, because like you just pull in and hook up to a water line, and it's like those sex parties that you went to in your 20s. There's you hook up your lube line and get yourself all set up.
Lube cannons, yeah.
The lube cannons.
You're all good to go.
But I was kind of surprised. They just plugged in the water, plugged in the electric, and that was it. And I thought, well, what about your sewage? But they probably didn't show that part.
Probably not. I think that where I was kind of faltering here is the fact that they just drove off without anyone to explain the van to them.
Mm-hmm.
And Statler's like, I guess Dempsey knows how to work the van. Dempsey's like, I don't know how to work the heat. And it's just another signal that they haven't put a lot of thought into this, either one of them.
And that this is kind of their pattern is Statler. It's not often Statler. It's not what she says. It truly is how she says it and how she approaches it, because she has valid reasons for being scared about this. And I think that the way Dempsey's like, we're not going to think about those or talk about those. I'm just going to jump in full feet. And if you don't have the same optimism that I have, then that means you don't want it. Instead of just having, I actually think that Statler is having more human kind of, wait a minute.
Yeah. Statler needs a partner that checks in with her.
Yes, that's a good way. I don't think Dempsey checks in with her. And it's a full sign that Dempsey literally doesn't even give Statler a day of travel to just get herself.
Oh, that would have driven me
jump into the van
wall.
now.
I would have actually said, nope, we're going to be here for 3 days. And I'm gonna need to get my feathers smooth, because I'm not going anywhere in a fucking van till I've had a good night's sleep.
I'm not. I wouldn't argue with you.
That's all I've really got
That's
for
it.
them. I just think this is going to be the van of misery. They seem okay now. I give them 2 more episodes before it turns bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they end early this season.
Yep. Meanwhile, in Iceland. Corona's been in Ireland a few days. Apparently, it is offensive to wear a Viking hat.
Yeah, I like that she said that. Like, it was just an aside, like...
Apparently, I can't wear a Viking hat. I think what he's saying is, don't make my culture a joke.
Well, and also, too, isn't that like... You're appropriating culture on another end.
I know.
And if somebody white was doing that, like, you know, that you would look at that very differently. Yeah.
It is interesting. So they are going to the flea market, as we said before. I wrote, before I saw the full ensemble, I went, what is she wearing? And it's like spiked boots, like a leather ensemble.
A leather ensemble, but that is open on the fronts of it. So that way the leather ties up her entire leg through her hip, up to the side, and kind of around her tatas.
It's typical flea market wear.
Yes, if you're in Berlin.
No, if you're in a sex flea market going to that at night.
At a sex flea market in Berlin at night.
I'm going to say, y'all, there are day outfits and night outfits. This outfit should never see the light of day. It belongs at night.
Yeah, it does. It's a night outfit. And believe me, Poodle knows night outfits.
I know night outfits.
You were right. That is totally. And so we already kind of talked about this earlier, but she walks out. And he's like, you look stunning. Kind of gives her a kiss. And this I thought.
That's his good reaction.
Yeah, this is where we haven't seen him a lot, but on camera, we have never seen him act effusively at all. And I thought, I actually don't know, do they not have problems? And is this an act? Because how could she not know at this point? We know who he is. She's been with him, not a lot, but longer than us, and talked to him. You really expect him to have these big, grand reactions?
Her brain doesn't work that way. Her brain only works she's looking for validation, and it's not enough. And to think to think of what he's going to do, because she needs someone who's going to be extra with her.
Yeah.
But what she thinks she needs is a stable person to ground her. And that's what she thinks she needs, but she really needs an enabler. Period.
Yeah.
And someone to validate her and tell her she's right. She's the one to validate all of her choices. But she thought she was going to ground her. And he even says, but I've seen you in that dress before. And she's like, not in person. And y'all, he's just like, dude, did you hear him say? He goes, what do you want? What do you want me to say? And I wrote down, honey, this is what you're going to have to do every time with her. You're going to have to ask her, because of your culture and your not, and you're just kind of boldness about what do you want me to say? Because she's wanting you to participate in a culture of like complete enthusiasm that is more than you're actually feeling at the time. Mm-hmm. That's not you. You're going to go with exactly how you feel, and it's going to come across as really, really dry.
Yep.
That's Scandinavian culture. And
or actually some sissy says Nordic. People have been saying that we shouldn't say Scandinavia for
Nordic.
Him,
okay.
Right? They're saying that's
I didn't know that, but that's a good note.
Yeah, it was big in the comments. I think
Nordic.
That's like Sweden and something else. And yeah. So
they
Nordic
said Nordic culture?
Mm-hmm. That's what sissies were saying in the come at us. We want to get it correct.
I do.
That's what they were saying.
I honestly do. Yeah. So Iceland's not been considered part of Scandinavia?
I'd have to look up the comment of what it's on. It was in the Facebook group. There was a thread because Sissy said, she for the last time, it's not Scandinavian culture. And so that's what's in my brain.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look.
Yeah. And there was a whole great discussion about it.
I'll take a look in the Facebook group then because I don't want to say something that's not actually true.
Yeah. So, you usually care about that more than I do.
I do. Yeah.
I just say shit.
So this,
but it feels, that's almost why, I mean, I agree with you, but so I know I'm probably belaboring the point again, and you're going to be like, Maddie, you don't get it. But I think we've had these moments where you're probably already there. My brain is trying to wrap around how can Corona not see what is so obvious in front of her fucking face? And this idea, like, honestly, she's so nervous about her parents meeting a black person in her life. I feel like it's more about like she's the emotional energy she brings is going to be either off-putting or confusing to the parents.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room in a relationship with her for another person. There's not a lot you need. That's what I'm saying. She needs an enabler, and she needs someone to match her freak consistently, even if they're faking it.
Mm.
Because she feels like such as she says, a crazy person and a weirdo. If you don't match it, she's going to think she's even weirder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she, I think, again, what she thought she needed was someone who was zen and not as big as she was, because that would ground her. But she's so insecure, she can't do that.
It's very Love is Blind in the way of like, it's almost like they've been dating through the screen because they haven't seen each other that much, but they just, because I bet their phone conversations, y'all, because think about like,
she talks the whole time.
But also when you're texting, you usually take a pause. Even it's just not as quick as talking and feeling the energy out. And I just think that it's why Poodle and I say love is never blind. Now that they're feeling this energy together, she reads a text from him that says, "You look beautiful," and she hears it a different way than when he actually says it.
She talks the whole fucking time, and he gives her, and he's interested because he's never met a person like her before.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways. Anyway, y'all, we'll there was a really funny bit about them eating this forbidden shark. That was actually funny. Classic 90 Day Ooh,
Well,
I'm trying your weird food.
Would you eat?
No.
You'd probably try it.
No. Fermented fish, that's a big thing in Nordic countries. And a lot of places have their own version of like either smoked or fermented fish. So I think I would say I don't think I would try it. I don't
know if
like
I would either.
fermented fish, fermented meats. Yeah, I'd pass. So she's basically saying,
so it's fine.
They have waffles, so it's fine. And she's like, so give me a lowdown on your parents. And he's like, my dad was born in 1940. He's funny. And she's like, 1940? It's like that was a term, like she doesn't have a grandmother who was born in 1940.
I'm sure you probably did, Corona.
Anyway, but he says, my mom is a
what
priest.
What about your mom?
My mom is a priest daughter, so she's more conservative, like baby.
That's so not accurate.
The finding iceberg.
He says she's caring and loving.
On ice. Yes. So
she asked him, she's like, do they know black people? What if they don't like? And he's like, no.
No. The interesting thing is, what's interesting here is he won't get upset about it, and it's driving her insane.
Yeah.
It's like the same issue of the midwifery school thing. He wasn't upset and matching her anxiety, and it made her crazy.
She's going to, because Ingi says it doesn't matter what you look like or what you wear, and she's like,
those are just clothes.
But do they do? She's like, and that's where she says, she's like, I don't know if I don't think he would go against his parents. And I went, oh, that's probably what you're going to get. Hopefully you don't play this game where you get mad at his parents and then want him to side with you.
Did you hear her say she gave the game away. She's like, maybe they won't like my outfits. It's only a matter of time before they see me in something ridiculous. And I'm thinking, it's ridiculous. You know what you're wearing is to provoke something. Yes, it's for you, but more than anywhere else, you're a pretend Enneagram 4. I'm saying it now.
What's a pretend Enneagram 4?
That's like half of them. Because there aren't that many of us. I guarantee you though, she needs to actually just figure out a little bit more who she is before she takes the Enneagram test. Because that's the thing. She would probably give fake answers because it's who she wants to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's her biggest issue. I think she has come up with a personality that become that way either to get attention, or she thinks it's like a kind of a caricature of our personality. Mm-hmm. That how she thinks she needs to get attention, and then she comes up with other narrative that people think she's too much or she's crazy, mm-hmm. and that validates that she's othered and she's unacceptable.
Yeah,
which is a radar for fucking filth. But that's what's happening. It's tough. But yeah, she needs to figure out who she is. Basically,
we wish them the best.
I think that was all I want to say. She does kind of come up with every time he says, no, they're going to love you. And she's like, but I don't know. My biggest fear is that they're going to not accept me because whether I'm black or because I'm crazy. my clothes or my attitude or how loud I am and y'all, this is all a big validation for her that she's unacceptable to everyone. Mm-hmm. And that's what this new relationship is. It's all about how she feels about herself. Mm-hmm. Has very little to do with him.
Yeah.
And this idea of him, if he's going to go against his parents or not, means let me test one more time if someone would ever choose me over someone else. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of gross. For yourself. And yo, she's in a spiral. This whole thing. She's like, but what if they say my son waited this long to be in a relationship and she sucks? And I'm just like, I think I would walk away if I was Inky and going, I've made a huge mistake.
I don't know. I think she'll blow it up, not him.
Yeah,
I think
for sure. Josh and Lily,
new character, this sister.
Oh, Joanne.
Yes.
We're going to a tea shop to meet the sister. He's
Josh
been there for
the
4
food's
days.
wonderful here. I love it.
God, I could. This guy, there's something about him. Maybe it's his pokey eyes or pop eyes or something about it. I'm just like, I don't like you. There's a vibe. I like few straight men. But unless I want to fuck them, and I don't think I'd fuck Josh.
I don't think you would.
I'd fuck Inky. I'd definitely fuck the boxer.
Well, come on.
The jury's still out about James. I know everyone says after everything you've seen. I'm just saying purely physically. Anyway.
You're not in the
they
right frame of
are.
mind right now.
He is.
They're on the way to meet. They meet her for tea. The sister for tea, who speaks English.
I wrote down. I thought she said the sister can't speak English, but I think she does speak a little.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. She did because she did speak a little. Because she's Josh said to her, he's like, so when Lily first came to the U.S., you were nervous, and she's like. Yes, she said, I was not an optimist about your relationship, and our family did not support this at first.
Yeah. And then she says,
feels like she's speaking for the family.
Yeah, she is. She's the older sister, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or maybe she, I don't know if she's the older. I think Lily is in her 40s. And here's the thing, y'all. She said, we were worried, Lily, you might be deceived because your concept of love is different than most Chinese people. You're more impulsive when you're doing things. Lily also says that when she was 18, she was set up with a guy who was her first love, and she married him. Her parents were very against it. They thought she was too young. Soon after, the relationship
she said an
collapsed.
older woman set her up. So it almost sounded, was she set up by like a witch or something like that? That's what I envisioned, but this old woman said.
It sounds like almost a matchmaker, like a Yenta kind of thing. And like Hello Dolly. And she said, he didn't come home night after night, and I had to divorce him. So obviously now the family and the parents think she makes bad decisions.
Yes.
And the sister's like, I think my sister's a pretty romantic girl. In other words, they're not saying romantic in a nice way here. This is silly-headed. And
Joanne doesn't get that. Or not Juan. Josh doesn't get that.
Josh is like, I think we're both hopeless romantics, just like in Hope Floats.
And when he said that, I went, you didn't get what she was putting down at all.
I hate him. I absolutely hate him. And she's like, what's your job? And he's like, well, I sold heating parts for heating and cooling. Y'all, of course, but I can't work right now. And he's like, well, she said, my sister will earn money, but she needs more than she did because she has you. What's your opinion on that? He's like, it's not by choice. I promise I would work if I could. And the interesting thing here, y'all, this is another person looking for validation. I knew I would be judged for not being able to work.
I would be judged. He said I
knew it. And I'm like,
but I can clean.
Lily and the cab driver and Google told you would be.
Yes, they all told you. He's like, but I can garden. I can clean. I can cook.
I can cook too. On top of the rest, my pizza's the best around. That's from On the Town. I'm a band's ideal of a perfect meal, right down to the demitasse.
That's a good song.
It's a great round. The name of the bummer boy, oh, baby, I'm cooking with gas. I'm a gumdrop, a sweet lollipop, a brook dried right out of the brook. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Babadoo Green lyric. Bernstein. Anyway, he says, but the thing I can offer her, and I think that's why she's with me, is that I'm in love with her. And I wrote down, bro, she's in her 40s and a single woman in China. She's been divorced before, and she is, by accounts there, old. No man will marry her in China. You it. That's why she's with you.
Yes.
You were the last resort.
And Juan says, I see you, I understand you. And she says in her talking head, he seems sincere, but he can't support her. So our family are worried about her. And as they get up, Lily goes, okay, good talk.
Here's the thing. She knows the family's like, you had to go overseas to find a husband. We don't want this guy. We obviously want a Chinese person to marry you. Her issue is she's 47 years old, right?
Yeah.
She's not going to get a man to marry her.
I think
in China.
I don't know a lot, but the little that I do know, the Chinese culture is way less accepting of mistakes and problems when you have failure. So the fact that she was divorced, it literally is like it's a scar or a scarlet letter almost that people put on you there.
And she wants to get married again. The family probably doesn't want her to.
No.
But this is kind of, she's not going to find a Chinese man to marry her because she's 47.
No.
And so this is her solution.
It is.
And Josh, you are option Z.
You're the last.
If it ain't you, so it
ain't nobody.
Yeah. That's where she is.
Yeah.
And she says, "I'll make a good life with you. I love you." We'll it's a very pragmatic approach. I wish them the best.
We wish them the best. This is a great season of Toe.
This storyline is so weird.
But I love it. It's very Toe that we kind of don't. It's the Toe storyline that we get where we have one. We're like, okay, this is typical that. Yeah. And this is like, I don't know where this is going.
This is and I love it. If it wasn't for Statler and Dempsey, I would be. And there's Sarper and Shekinah have a really nasty fight next week. It looks like.
And we see next week too that Ingi's mom touches Corona's hair, and that is a big no.
And no one, I don't know if it's, no one's ever probably told. I guess Ingi's mother's never met a black person before.
And so she wouldn't know you do not touch black women's hair.
You don't touch black women's hair.
Yeah. And so, if you don't know, then
I wonder if she'll say, "Don't touch my hair." Probably not. I think she'll probably let it slide, and then maybe get Ingi to tell her later.
Maybe we'll see. All right, everybody, that's your show. This is Toe.
What an episode. So much ado about everything, indeed.
Everything. I'm going to have tea in Provincetown now, which means drink.
I was going to say.
Yes. And Poodle's going to have tea in Los Angeles, which means get banged.
But probably by later tonight. Yeah. My eyes are starting to pop out of my head.
What a fun season to cover. All right, everybody. Hey, if you want to listen to this show commercial free, you can go to patreon.com/realitygaze. You can also go to realitygaze.supercast.com, or you can click on Apple subscriptions. That will include Love is Blind, and Love After Lockup, which has been great, and Welcome to Plathville, which was, it was an okay episode this week, but there was a great moment. So, still going strong. We're just heading in. We're already halfway through August.
It's a good season. Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Plathville's 6 episodes in, so we're probably almost halfway through that season. Yeah. This is probably like 13 episodes.
Okay, everybody, you know the drill. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. And we are working on it. We haven't forgot about it. But we are going to get our Patreon connected to Spotify. I've actually been emailing with Patreon because we want to try to do it the right way. So they're rolling out a program. So it will be coming hopefully in the fall. And we hope that because there's some things with Patreon and Apple and all this kind of stuff that's going to be changing things, probably not on your end, but for us. So we're going to have information about that forthcoming.
Yes. Not any of the content, just about how Patreon, it's kind of a mess with Patreon and Apple will be billing certain things. So no content will change.
Yes. Just know that.
Yep.
We'll be giving you the same smut we always bring.
Yep. Same garbage.
All right, everybody. We love you. We appreciate you. Hope you're going to have a good week this week. And until then, we call these people lonely hearts, Poods, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love on the other side of the world in the most wrong places?
And if you've ever married a total stranger.
I knew you were going to say that. Tell her, Donna.
A stranger.
Your daughter, Donna. I worry.
You can call me. Call your mother. Call your mother, Joanne.